What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoky third-party Transformers review, we're going to be taking a look at something that I've had for quite some time, and actually I'm running way behind on actually getting this review done. So it was supposed to be out like last week. So here we go, and it is the Newage Gunner Murphy, Tactician Maverick, and just Alonzo. And these are repaints, recolors, slight remolds of their previous version of Prowl, which I think was Harry. And of course, we've got a Bluestreak, a Smokescreen, and some type of other guy over there. I think that's supposed to be a Barricade. Took me a minute. I couldn't remember. So I'm trying to remember if Barricade was ever actually an original thing, or if they've just retroactively gone back and sort of added him to canon as being another version of these guys. Obviously not related. So these are, of course, some of the Datsun BrotherS. And yeah. Now, one thing is, these two are slight remolds. And I mean slight because they're got minor difference in transformation. And this guy is essentially the same as Prowl, minus things. So, well, let's take a look at the boxes real quick. We'll move the little guys out of the way. And we have box. Where's my autofocus gone? There we go. And it's supposed to be looking a lot like the Diaclone type boxes, and got Newage logo here. Nice old school like G1 drawing there. It says Legendary Heroes. And I've discussed before that Newage basically took the Warren Pocket series from DX9 and is making it its own thing instead of just making it all DX9. So that side you get Gunner Murphy right there. Come to the back, you got really nice artwork there. Of course, it shows the previous things that have all come in the line, and of course DX9 Dutch back there. You got Newage's 15 plus. Box art is by, I can't even read that. And come there, looks good in all directions. And I got this from TF Source, that's why it looks like that. And we've got Newage Legendary Heroes, Alliance Tactician Maverick. It says Arc Warrior. So for some reason they don't have consistency between the boxes. So this one has an image of the actual toy on it. Same thing here, Tactician Maverick, I should say figure. They've got him there like laying on the moon in like a sexy pose. I don't know what that's all about. And then once again, they stuck that on the side that sucks. Box art is also by that sign. Things there, things there. Kind of wish they had gone with more of a Diaclone box. And then this one is referencing the Movieverse, because that is where he comes from. So you got his head there, and then definitely looking like some movie stuff there. Newage logo, and then all that. Come down the side. Look on the back. It really does. It looks a lot like regular, like the Bayverse toy packaging. That's funny. I didn't actually pay attention to that till just now. Got a nice little image there. I don't know what Alonzo, I don't know what it's going for. So all three come with the same accessories. All three come with the same instructions. And, well, actually, I take that back. Slightly different accessories. But as for instructions, this is interesting. Because it has, let's see if I can get this here. So they all four, technically speaking, Harry, Murphy, and Maverick, all come with the same instructions. But when you get to Maverick, which is Smokescreen, you have a different transformation for the arms, and it's the same thing for Alonzo or Barricade. So fairly simple, but that actually makes it a little bit more complicated. So let's take a look at the figures a little bit closer here so we can see the differences. Okay, so you can see here, you know, obviously all the same Datsun body, but the difference is here with the wheels are on the back of the shoulder, on top of the shoulder, so that's the differences there. This guy has a head similar to Prowl, but I don't believe it's the same. Nope, definitely a different head. So at least I gave a different head sculpt. But these two, if I remember correctly, and I'll zoom in here, have the same head sculpt, just painted differently. So that's why I said this one's different. So he's got the body of Smokescreen. Obviously, it comes with the same guns on the shoulder, but he's got the roof up here of Prowl. But I think the light bar is removable, but there's no peg or anything for it, so I don't know how that works. So yeah, it's like glued into place in two little spots there. So it's pretty good. I mean, as they go, I knew there was going to be issues with some of these guys. So as they go, they're fun. They look really good. I mean, like, they've done the best. I'm just going to say screw it. I'll look at one at a time here. They've done the best they can with what they have. I still like the prowl mold. I like this whole idea here. You get the shoulder rockets, or guns, or whatever the heck they technically are. I'm coming closer so I can stop zooming. And I did add a little Autobot logo there. Close to center if possible, but, you know, it's probably off by just a hair. And nice painted windows all the way around. Bitty wheels. Got some tail lights. Got a little bitty gun. Nothing super crazy there. And then, of course, with this guy, he does have the different bumpers and front end, so he's actually a different mold than these guys with their little 5-mile-an-hour bumpers. He's got the race car bumper, which, once again, same thing here, though hard to see because it's all black. So there's not a whole lot of difference to look at with those, but, of course, he does have the nice smoke screen, like race car, rally car style thing there. Big 38 there. Once again, I added the Autobot logo there, but, you know, for Bluestreak, I did a clear one because I figured it would look better. This one I did the metallic around there. I think it looked good. He does come with the different shoulder cannon to make him more Bluestreaky. I like that. And then my other video is done exporting. And then, of course, Barricade. They just kind of base this paint job off of whatever. I mean, he doesn't really look like anything in particular. I mean, heck, he's a Mustang in the movie. But even in the Siege line, they've also tied him into the Datsun BrotherS. So I did add the Decepticon logo there, and actually down here on the back. And it does say to punish and enslave, just like it did in the Bayverse. He's got a police thing there. So he's like the anti-prowl, as I call him. So it does look good. It's a silly version. I don't know. I got it. It's supposed to be a special edition, and then like it became a mass retail. And they do have two other ones. They have one they call Black Rain. It's supposed to be like Silver Streak, and then they've got Kit, I believe they call it, and it's like the Blue Streak version. So I have not picked those up. I don't know if I will. They're interesting colors, but they're not ones. They're like those. They're closer to maybe like either the Diaclone or the original design art for whenever, you know, because Bluestreak clearly isn't blue, but old versions of him show him coming in blue. So those are still around. And then, of course, the price is pretty well fair on these. I think they're in the 35-ish range, which isn't bad for what they are. And then, like I said, here's Prowl for comparison. So nice Prowl head. And you can see the difference between the shoulder cannons, because even this guy has different shoulder cannons. Though I feel like these should be on Bluestreak. I don't know. They all have the same gun, just different colors. And this is actually like a painted gold. You can see it kind of coming off the handle. But that's pretty good. Now, the only thing I can do to compare, I mean, I've done Prowl already. I can do a comparison with MP Bluestreak. So you can see they're very similar looking, except he doesn't have the black, like the extra black detailing from this particular Datsun. So, I mean, it's not super dark either. Like, it has faded gray instead of like gunmetal. The back end isn't blacked out. That'd be nice if they did that. The bumpers should be black, but I guess I just didn't want to paint those. They could have molded it in black, though. I mean, the roof is molded in black. So, I mean, there's a lot of similarities you can tell. I'm surprised they don't paint the T-tops to actually be the right color. But you can see, that looks pretty good. Would you stand back up, please? Thank you. And then, because we have looked at them, here's the Siege Bluestreak and the Siege Smokescreen for comparison. So now I've got them in multiple sizes and decos and different versions. And yeah, I don't know, I like this. I kind of like this blue, but the paler blue is not too bad considering it's a mold color. And then we have Wally for size. And kind of a teaser. There they are next to Newage Megs. So they're a pretty good size for what they're supposed to be, and I appreciate that. And now for... No, I'm not going to do articulation, but I'm going to do transformation. Now, we've already seen this guy get transformed with Prowl, so I'm going to skip that. And because these two have the same transformation, I'm going to only show it off with Smokescreen here. So, go ahead and remove the gun. Flip the hands away. Like so. And one thing is always interesting is trying to transform one of these tiny boys. And these guys have only been transformed a couple times. They've just been in bot mode on my shelf. So there's that. Now we want to just go ahead and flip the wings up, so to speak. Go ahead, pop the hood up. Get that back. Go ahead and close that. And now one thing I've had an issue with is where to put the head. So for the most part, these guys, especially because he has a much bigger molded head, gets a little bit difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and peg that in. But for now, we'll leave the head as such. Go ahead and tab the rear end together. Rotate it. Can I rotate it with it there? No. Okay, I gotta move the roof. My bad. I always forget that. It's been a minute since I've had to transform them. So let's get, there we go. Okay, now rotate at the waist. Much easier. Close that down. Put that back until it tabs into place. And now we're gonna collapse the knees inside. Like so. Until you can tab the roof into the back, like that. And then fold in the heel spurs, which are super tight for some reason. There we go. And the doors are last, I think. I don't think you can... Yeah, you want to tighten that up last. But still having problems with that roof here. Let's see if we can... Every time I squeeze it, it's like, nah! Oh, let's go. Okay. So here's the thing. So the thing that makes this different from Prowl is this shoulder joint right here. You can see the big hinge there. So the wheel and everything stays in this orientation, but you have to break the wheel up like so and bring it up to there. And then you want to rotate the arm like that, I believe. So that when you fold it in, hold on, look at that. No, like that. So that when you fold it in, the hands are right here. So now we can bring it up. Oops, I had it right the first. I had it right like the second or third time. Okay, and there's a big tab there that will tab underneath. But this is where this particular mold gets a bit annoying, because Prowl transforms fairly easy, if I'm honest. These are a little bit more complicated, and I'm not sure I dig it. And you can see there, that's why I said this head sculpt kind of sucks. So you can't, I think what we have to do is actually leave the head down. I think, let me see here, hold on. I think I had it like this, but then it's sort of hanging out the bottom. So let's bring the arm around, flip this up, move it at that range there, come up and around the door, and rotate. And like I said, here's that tab, and it goes into a slot right there underneath the roof, like so. I get that they needed to break up the mold a little bit, make it look a little bit different, but that is kind of an annoying change. And then the head is just sort of sticking out the bottom. This is where I say I can't figure out how the head is supposed to go, because with Prowl, it can tuck away. Here, it's literally hanging out the bottom. I mean, if you do it that way, it's even worse. So, I mean, it's such a big head sculpt that you're kind of fighting it the whole time. Let's see here. Let's see if I can tuck that away any better than that. I don't know. So even if I lay it flat like that, I don't think it's going to be an improvement. Yeah, because look, now it's hitting here. Look at this. Nothing is lining up right. It's splitting or coming apart somewhere at any given point. It's splitting or coming apart. And I don't think that's a quality issue. I think that's a me issue. Especially considering these arms are annoying the bejesus out of me. But I think that is about as good as you're going to get. So I'm going to go ahead and transform the rest, and we'll do a comparison on the car modes. Alright, so that was complicated. Alright, so I made a minor change here. I turned the head around, now it's just vertical in there. Like so. Fits a little bit better. Of course, it does just drag on the head because you can see, well, actually the front wheels are rolling, but it is dragging on the head for sure. But in car mode, there's Bluestreak, not Bluestreak, Smokescreen. I made the same mistake on the Siege review. But anyway, looks pretty good. I do wish they had blacked out the rear fascia around the lights. I think that would look better. Did they even do it on Prowl? Okay, yeah, so they did it on Prowl, but that's the only one. Why is that continually changing? It's not supposed to be changing. But, you know, same details there. You got the 38 logo. I'm still having issues with them wanting to squeeze out. I believe that all the wheels are the same. Yeah, except, why are Bluestreak's wheels gray? Everybody else's are black. I don't know. I feel like they half-assed Bluestreak ever so slightly, but it does look nice. I mean, they're all the same overall mold. The only thing that changes is those arms. So, and then you've got Mr. Police Car Evil Guy here. Well, there's American Police Car 643, and like I said, I put those Decepticon logos right there. And you know, he's got the red and blues. Looks good for the most part. See, look, he's got the off-road thing on here. One thing I'm noticing is, like, I don't think these are 100% tabbed in. It's like they just don't want to go, seemingly. So they kind of hang out ever so slightly, but there he is, next Prowl, and then all four of the boys together. And then once again, you know, there's alternate versions. Now, the one thing that does suck, and I mentioned it before, is there's nowhere to plug in the weapons. Now, they do have little tabs or holes back here on the rear bumpers, but there's no way to tag the or tab the weapons in. You know, it's like, I do wish that you could, because you can do that on other versions, but it's not even like a hole in the top or anything like that. But for comparison, I've got the MP version, which I had to remember how to transform. They're always difficult to do, but I like how they sort of captured the right wheels. I mean, it's close. I do, you know, I wish they would black it out a little bit behind the wheels so they're not just solid silver, but, you know, most of the details are there. I appreciate that. They probably could have carried the black a little bit further, like back onto here, and then just along there, and then silverized the window frame there. So it's just minor details that they could have made happen, especially like painting the frickin' bumper. Maybe that silver version looks a little bit better. And then the Siege version, which, you know, that's just a comparison, nothing crazy. Actually, let's bring in the MP, because I don't even think I did not do that comparison last time, so there we go. You know, same overall silver, black stuff. And then for Smokescreen, I don't have the MP as of yet, but I'm going to get it. And there he is next to the Siege version. Looks nice. So, I mean, once again, these guys are fun. If you catch them on sale, even better. I'll bring Prowl in just to complete the set. I think that these look better than the Magic Square versions, which are finally out. You can buy the Magic Square, at least the regular 3, as a 3-pack. I don't know if they're doing any extra exclusives or not, but Newage beat them to market. I think that Magic Square announced them first. I think their molds look better, both bot mode and car mode. I won't buy them because I don't think Magic Square is, you know, the shiznit. I like the idea that they have the metallic blue windshields on these guys, and then a black windshield there and purple windshield. So just sort of that. Why is Prowl having issues rolling around now? Oh, okay. Forgot to tuck his head away. I knew something was wrong there. Oops. Okay, now we're having problems. We didn't have problems a minute ago. Now they want to not roll properly. So, but those are fine. I feel like I'm just repeating myself a lot. So, these guys are good. If you're building up a Legends collection, you gotta have your Datsun BrotherS. These are fantastic. I got these at TF Source for the most part, but of course you can get them at BBTS, anywhere else. I feel like I got at least one of them from somewhere else. Maybe I got Prowl from BBTS. I do want the other ones. I don't need them per se, because, well, I've got enough Datsuns. And they're going to remain in bot mode for the most part, so I guess, you know, car mode isn't super necessary. Although, if I get the other versions of Bluestreak, so to speak, you know, Silver Streak and Blue, or, like, I think this version they just call it Streak, and then you got, like, Silver Streak and then the actual Blue Streak. It's all made up crap in the first place. But I think maybe I'll leave those guys in car mode and then do this, but maybe I'll wait for those to go on sale. But I've got a lot more Newage stuff to go through. As you already saw, the teaser of Megatron. I've got Ironhide and Ratchet coming up as well. And then the Seekers down the line as soon as they're all in. I've got Starscream currently, and I've got Skywarp on the way. So I will have all the Seekers coming out at some point. Now, if I just feel like getting any other versions of Jazz. And there are 2 other versions of Ratchet / Ironhide, so I don't know if I'll get those too. These guys kind of have my money on lockdown for third-party Transformers for the most part. So, but guys, if you like this video, if you like these little guys, give me a big old thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, which a lot of you are. And, of course, if you like my Newage reviews, I should have a playlist. If I don't, go check that out. And, of course, if you want to help support the channel, because now I had to change the way I run my ads due to the potentiality of these things being seen as for kids, so I turned off my targeted ads. So if you want to help out a little bit more, even for $1 a month, you can go check out Patreon. All the links are in the description down below. And remember, as always, guys, keep on nerding.